Good morning. I'm Captain Tim Decker, United States Coast Guard Reserve. I've been a teacher at Homestead for nearly 30 years and as a member of the Coast Guard for over 24 years. I continue to serve as the Senior Reserve Officer for the 9th Coast Guard District, which encompasses the entirety of the Great Lakes from Duluth, Minnesota to the St. Lawrence Seaway in upstate New York, where I oversee the operational and administrative readiness of nearly 400 part-time Coast Guard men and women. Monday, November 11th, is Veterans Day. Veterans Day is a day that we, as a country, honor the service and sacrifices of the men and women who have served our nation in one of our 5 armed services during both war and peacetime. Veterans Day was originally observed as Armistice Day in order to commemorate the end of World War I. The armistice, or ceasefire for World War I, took place on the 11th month of the 11th day at the 11th hour. In 1954, Congress amended Armistice Day and renamed it Veterans Day, and it became a day that we honor all veterans who have served this great country. Veterans Day is not to be confused with Memorial Day, which is a day that we honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice to our nation and died defending our principles and values that have made us the greatest nation on earth. Many of you have relatives, neighbors, and others that you know who at one time or another have served in the United States Armed Forces. We have several teachers at Homestead who have served our country. Dr. Price, a graduate of West Point, served as an Army officer. Mr. Lyons in the Army in the 1970s. Mr. McNeil served in the Army National Guard, and Mr. Steverson retired from the Navy as a senior chief. Each one of these individuals made sacrifices of their time and talents to support and defend the principles of democracy. What makes a great society is the willingness of individuals such as these to become part of something bigger than themselves and to look beyond their own desires so that all of you may pursue your desires in a peaceful and stable society free of strife and conflict. Those that choose to serve don't do it for the recognition or praise, but more often see their service to the country as an honor and privilege as they are the guardians of our democratic values and processes. During this upcoming weekend, but especially on Monday, please take time to remember and honor those who have served and continue to serve and thank them for their service to this country. The men and women of our armed forces continue to safeguard our interests both at home and abroad and help to ensure that our democracy will endure for generations to come.